Most people are prisoners, not of bars, but of opinions. They live their entire lives seeking approval, afraid of rejection, terrified of what others might think. But what if I told you that caring too much is the very thing holding you back? Think about it. How many times have you hesitated before posting something online? How often do you hold back an idea in a conversation? Not because it's bad, but because you're afraid of being judged. The truth is, the need for approval is a cage. And in the next few minutes, you'll learn how Stoicism can free you from this invisible prison, making you truly unstoppable. Now, let's be honest. This fear of judgment is everywhere. We've all felt it. You walk into a room, and suddenly, your mind starts racing. Are they looking at me? Do I sound stupid? Am I dressed the right way? It's exhausting. And social media, it only makes things worse. We're constantly bombarded with likes, comments, and reactions, shaping our self-worth based on the approval of people we barely know. The more you chase validation, the weaker you become. You trade authenticity for acceptance. You let strangers dictate your confidence, and that is a losing game. But here's the brutal truth. No matter what you do, people will judge you. If you succeed, they'll criticize. If you fail, they'll mock. If you do nothing, they'll ignore you. You can't win this game because the rules were never made for you. And that's where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics had a rule: control what you can, ignore what you can't. And the opinions of others? You can't control them. So, why waste your energy? Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and an emperor of Rome, wrote that the thoughts of others are irrelevant if you're following your principles. He ruled the most powerful empire of his time, yet he understood that he couldn't let the voices of critics dictate his decisions. And this isn't just ancient philosophy. Look around. The most successful people in the world, CEOs, athletes, artists, face constant criticism, but they keep going. Why? Because they don't base their self-worth on the approval of the crowd. Jeff Bezos was mocked when he started Amazon. Elon Musk is ridiculed daily. Even some of the most legendary musicians and writers were rejected dozens of times before making history. But they understood something crucial. The opinions of others have no power unless you give it to them. So, how do you actually stop caring? How do you break free from this invisible prison? Let's get practical. First, use the Stoic method called the dichotomy of control. Every time you feel judged, ask yourself, is this under my control? Can you control what people think? No. But can you control your actions, your reactions, your mindset? Absolutely. Focus on that. Second, memento mori. Remember that one day, none of this will matter. You will die, I will die, and so will everyone who ever judged you. The person whose opinion you fear today, they won't even remember it in a week. So why waste your life worrying? And third, practice voluntary discomfort. Do things that make you slightly uncomfortable on purpose, or something unusual. Express an unpopular opinion. Take small steps to get used to rejection. Over time, you'll realize that most people don't care as much as you think. And even when they do, their judgment is meaningless. Well, let's go even deeper. Think about the people you admire. The ones who seem fearless, unstoppable, completely in control of their lives. What do they all have in common? It's not that they're immune to criticism. It's that they don't let it define them. They understand that every moment spent worrying about opinions is a moment wasted. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, wrote that life is short, and we waste too much of it on meaningless concerns. If you let fear of judgment dictate your choices, you're not living. You're merely existing, constantly adjusting yourself to fit into other people's expectations. And let's talk about confidence. Many believe confidence comes from external validation, from being praised and accepted. But true confidence? It comes from within. It comes from knowing that your worth isn't determined by what others think, but by your own values, actions, and mindset. The strongest people in history weren't those who sought approval. They were the ones who stood firm even when the world was against them. Look at historical leaders, revolutionaries, and thinkers. They all faced massive criticism, yet they persisted. Why? Because they understood that external opinions are just noise. So how do you build this kind of mindset? Start by embracing discomfort. Put yourself in situations where you risk judgment. Speak up even when your voice shakes. Challenge yourself to be okay with rejection. The more you do this, the more you'll realize that people's opinions don't hold real power over you. Here's another challenge. For one full day, practice radical indifference to opinions. Imagine you're an ancient Stoic philosopher walking through a noisy marketplace. People shouting, gossiping, judging. But you remain unshaken. Carry yourself with that level of indifference. Notice how liberating it feels. The less you care, the more you reclaim your power. And let's address the deeper fear. Why do we crave approval? Because we're social creatures. We evolved to seek acceptance in order to survive in groups. But here's the thing. What worked for early human tribes doesn't always serve us today. We no longer need the approval of everyone around us to survive. In fact, trying to please everyone often leads to losing yourself. The modern world rewards individuality, not blind conformity. The most respected figures in history weren't people pleasers. They were disruptors, innovators, those who dared to challenge the norm. So ask yourself, am I living for myself? Or am I just an actor in someone else's script? This is your life. No one else's. The moment you stop letting opinions control you, you gain true freedom. Freedom to pursue your passions, to express yourself fully, to take risks without fear. The world belongs to those who aren't afraid to stand apart. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment below. What's one thing you've been afraid to do because of other people's opinions? Let's break free from this mindset together. And if you want to dive deeper into Stoic principles, check out this next video here. See you there.